Good morning. Holy smokes, progress is coming fast and I love it. Look at, we got ceiling fans on the wall or on the ceiling. We got Alexa's room almost trimmed. We have a ceiling fan up there. We have trim on the ceiling. I started trimming the window. The floors are trimmed. It's coming together fast, let me tell you. So Josh from Skolton's is on his way over here to work on finished plumbing today. So today and then a few days next week, they'll be finishing up the plumbing and mechanical. Me and Robert finished almost all of the electrical yesterday. So that's pretty awesome. And let me show you what I'm working on today. I have goals. So yesterday, we brought in a whole bunch of the 1x12s from outside, ripped those all up into the pieces and parts we need for windows, for headers, for door trim, all that stuff. Because this room's got to get trimmed, this big room here. So I'm working on sanding all of these just lightly with my Milwaukee orbital sander hooked up to my rigid vacuum. And so that's a couple here that I've sanded already. They're not smooth, but they're smooth enough that you're not gonna catch your shirt on them and stuff like that. So that's my goal for today. And my other goal for today is to get the back side of these shower walls epoxied. So the fronts are completely done. I just need to sand all these little nibs off here, the drips, and epoxy the back of those. And once that's dry, I can stick them up in the shower. So yeah, things are going good though. It has been a busy day. I'll flip this around and show you what I've been doing. So I got this whole stack of wood sanded and ready to stain, but I'm running out of room. So I stained all of those boards over there and I painted these header boards dark green, and then I'll paint them white once that's dry. And then I top coated epoxy the backside of the shower walls. So those are drying. Ceiling fan will probably help. So everything's drying right now. And as you can see, I don't have any more room to do anything. So that's about all I can do for right now. I might have to just chill, take a break. I don't do that very much anymore. All right, this is an exciting step. The shower walls are going into place. I just had that one dry fit right now. So I'm gonna pull it back out, put a few globs of silicone down and stick it. I feel sorry for the person whoever has to take this out someday. All I do is put some globs of silicone every foot or so, but that should hold it super good. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to take out of here. Hopefully I never have to do it. This thing should hold up for many years. All right, shower walls are in place. All I gotta do now is trim around them, but I'm really happy with that. I was just kind of guessing at some of my lines, you know, like where they would come together. And some of them don't perfectly, but some of them do. Like that one's not perfect by any stretch, but look at that one. Nailed it. Yeah, bottom one there, boom. That one, it's okay. But that one, wow, look at that. That's like perfect. Yeah, 50-50, but either way, it looks really cool. I'm super happy with it. So we got 8 foot tall shower walls. The door, I'm sure, is not that tall. The door is probably 6 feet tall, but nice, tall, marbly shower walls. So we have a gap there where the 1/2 inch MDO is. And so this is all gonna get trimmed anyways, all the way up down to the floor, up around the top there, all the way across. And then this, I think, is just gonna be flush there. Unless I decide I don't like that gap, I can always add a piece of trim to that. But I just have it clamped in place while the silicone dries. And then once that's dry, I can pull all these shims out from under there and put either some silicone down in that gap, or maybe even like a urethane or epoxy or something like that. I'll figure out what I want to do there to fill in that gap. But there it is. That was a time-consuming project, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Super cool. So it's Saturday morning. I'm just listening to a little jazz and doing some fun work, some of the work that I enjoy. So that's that. So out here in the main living area, now I have more room since my shower walls are out of the way. I can work on some more trim. I got lots of trim to stain and lots of trim to install. So I think I'll spend the whole weekend as trim boy. Here I go. Oh, look at this. It's time for a haircut. Good thing we're moving in here soon. Well, Mrs. Z just informed me of some good news and some bad news. The bad news is we're almost out of money. So our life savings, which has gone into building this house, other than a small emergency fund, we are pretty much out of money. But the good news is we're also pretty much out of expenses. So we pretty much have everything we need to finish the house. I can't think of really anything else that's gonna be a major expense other than screws and maybe a sheet of plywood or two. We're down to the last of it. I mean, obviously other than the garage or the patio, but we knew that. We knew we were gonna have to get the living space done and then save money for the garage and the patio and the hot tub and the swimming pool. No, we're not getting a swimming pool. You know, the other stuff. So we pretty much planned that perfectly by the grace of God. Holy smokes. The other good news is I've been working here all morning, and I'll show you what else I got done besides the shower walls, which you just saw, even more. Look at that thing of beauty. I got this big window all trimmed out. Look at, I got a little mineral block out there for my dear friends so we can watch them out the window. But this window completely trimmed. Yeah. Turned out really nice. This is the kind of work I've been looking forward to. I enjoy this kind of work. So in between the OSB and the drywall on these spots, I'm gonna cut a piece of rough sawn, and I need to make it at least big enough to cover this whole plate here. So I got to figure out how big that's going to be. And luckily I have a 10-footer in here right over there by the fridge that I can rip that down out of. Doesn't the fridge look small in here? Because we have 10-foot ceilings, that's not a mini fridge. That's a normal size fridge. But I'm going to build like a cabinet that goes or surrounds the whole thing and goes up to the bottom of the header. So we'll have a big cabinet right in there. So it's all good. Good news, good news, good news all around. So I'm gonna keep on cranking. I got more windows to trim. I got a patio door to trim. I got that window to trim. I got a front door to trim. I got to finish the trim work on the pantry. I have to trim that door. Yeah, lots of trim to be done. So here I go. All right, now it's Saturday afternoon. and I got more accomplished. Check this out. All right, so I got the wainscot trim. This is 8 inches wide right there. And I had to make it that wide because it's gonna cover this switch plate right here. So I need to be able to cut the whole switch plate out of that chair rail, wainscot, chair rail, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to be a nice thick board right there, wide. And then I've got my galvanized metal that you saw me rust in an earlier video. That's going to go in between all of those. So I'm going to have to cut some really narrow strips to go in between the bottom window trim and the base trim. And I got a little piece that's got to go right in there. Oh, the other thing I did is I got the slider trimmed. That was a little tricky because one side was a 1/4 inch off from the other side, but got that thing all trimmed out. Looks really nice. And I need to work on the front window trim and the front door trim. That'll really finish up that wall. And then the trim that's gonna go along the whole top there, which I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I feel like it might need some stained rough sawn up there. I was thinking about just going white all the way to the ceiling, but I like that separation too. So we'll see what I end up doing there. All right, so here's my latest thing I gotta figure it out. This is a pretty thin sheet metal, but I need to cut some squares in it for the sockets. Yes, that is opera music in the background. It's funny, opera. I like opera. Never used to, but for some reason, I'm liking it as I get older. So I'm gonna experiment with a couple tools here. I think maybe just a grinding wheel, but I'm gonna give something a try and see if it works. This tool scares me a little bit. I wish it was variable speed. I don't think it is. So fast. It goes nothing. All right, y'all, it's Sunday afternoon and I got a list of stuff to do. Check out my cool shirt. Got that from, can't even see, the Northern Angler, my buddy Brian Pitzer. So I got all this trim here that is stained. Some of it needs to get ripped and all of it needs to go up. And I didn't show you this, check this out. Yesterday, I got that whole header done all the way across the woods side of the house. You can see I did the joinery there and the joinery there, because that's like a, 26 feet of board there. So, and I actually did it so there's a gap. Like I put a 3/4 inch space, some spacers under there. So I'm gonna end up coming all up this corner and then down that whole side with the stained trim. And I'm not sure whether I'm gonna do a piece of trim on the top or not. I kind of like the white against the white. I don't know, we'll see. I'm making this up. Making it up as I go. So, I got a whole list of stuff to knock out today. Check out my hair. It's like totally curling up around my hat. I think I'm gonna keep this going. I'm not mullet ready yet, so even if we move in here and I don't have a haircut yet, I gotta wait until it's long enough to do a mullet. My wife is counting on it. She can't wait for me to have a mullet. She's got a thing for mullets. I don't know what it is. Must be from my senior picture when I had a mullet. So, I'm gonna get cranking. Oh man, I am whipped. It's about 5 o'clock. On Sunday, I've been working my tail off, but I got a lot accomplished. Check this out. So So I got the front wall, window and door trimmed, and I put the ceiling trim on. So that looks really sweet. And I finished up all of the wainscot. So we got the rusty galvanized wainscot. Turned out really good. So that's what I mean by I had to make that trim pretty wide to fit the socket there. But yeah, super happy with it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do the corrugated metal in this tiny little section down there, but I'm glad I did. I was thinking about just doing a piece of wood trim there, but I'm glad I carried that all the way across. I think that looks really cool. Yup. And then I ran the corner trim all the way up there. So I will take this 2-inch trim right here and run it all along the bottom of that header as well, so it ties into that corner trim. Yes, lots and lots accomplished. I feel very accomplished, but I also feel very sore. So I'm gonna go chill for a while. And tomorrow, I will be back here again. I'm gonna try to get this doorway right here trimmed tomorrow. Then I can get this base trim on. I can get the ceiling trim on over on this side and trim out these hallway doors. Yeah, there's no shortage of stuff to do still, but it's all good work. It's all work I can do. Here's my little workshop. The master bedroom has turned into my workshop. It's a mess, but oh well. So I'm gonna wrap this video up right now and say thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned because more is coming up.